so much for being my guest today. I am thrilled to have this conversation and having you be the first person that I interview in the new year.
I've been looking forward to this for weeks already. So thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you and everybody else. It's going to be a fantastic, fabulous 2024, we hope.
Yes, it is. Yes. I know there's a lot going on in the world, and I think your message is going to bring hope and reinvent some passion within people, because a lot of people, I think your message and your book, which I want to tell everyone about to make sure that they are going to read your book, and it is called Love, Feel, and Age Fabulous. And it's about how we
look, feel, and age. Look, feel, and age fabulous.
Perfect.
Look, feel, and age fabulous. Yeah.
Perfect. And I want everyone to read your book, because there are so many, particularly women out there, that feel like you only have one shot, maybe two shots to reinvent yourself. But you can continue to reinvent yourself and try to find new passions and new ways of being in the world, regardless of your background, your age, or your life experiences. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, thank you so much for this. And I actually want to just pick up on what you've said there, because it does seem that the world in which we live, there are so many messages that say we have to choose once. You know, choose your lifelong partner when you're very young. Choose what you're going to do with your career for the rest of your life. You know, and I can't think of them now, but there's, you know, it's like we have to choose something. There's so much pressure to choose something. Your purpose as well. There's a big thing about your purpose. Find your purpose. Once you found it, then you're away. And that all implies that there's only one of everything. But for me, there isn't. There's multiple lives. There's multiple me's. There's multiple versions of me. There's multiple everything. There isn't just one. And there's, you know, it's a spirit of abundance and reinvention and more, rather than, oh my gosh, there's so much pressure, do it once or you're never going to live it down kind of thing. So I think that's such an important message. So, I mean, fabulosity, this is my thing is fabulosity. And it's such a crazy kind of outlandish, but still delicious and titillating way of viewing the world. And it's based on the idea that we can be fabulous in all aspects of our lives, no matter how old we are, no matter how fat we are, how thin we are, how stupid we are, how clever we are, whatever judgments we have on ourselves. All of us, no matter who we are, can be fabulous at any age, at any stage. And that is the thing. And I think the most important thing about fabulous is that it's expansive. It's about bigger and more. And we can all have it all. We can all be fabulous, whatever that means for us. And that's kind of the gist of the Fabulosity message.
What a beautiful message, and an exciting message. And I'm sure that some people are out there right now saying, I want to be fabulous. I do, but I have all these reasons why I can't, or but you know, what if, but, you know, people have told me this does not look fabulous. This is not the script for fabulous. So what keeps people from being fabulous, or maybe even looking at or reframing what fabulous is to them?
I think one of the biggest problems is that we tend to look to others for validation. So we are constantly living our lives to please others. So for example, you decide, I want to wear more fabulous clothes. I'm so sorry. This is this horrible cough. So we look for external validation. So for example, we think, I want to change my style. What should I wear that's more fabulous? The first thing we'll look at is perhaps somebody who tells us what colors we should be wearing to flatter our skin or flatter our eyes or that sort of thing. That's about what's palatable and satisfactory to other people. We don't say, what colors do I love? What colors do I want to wear? Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And that's kind of a starting point. So if other people say that we are okay, we tend to feel okay. Sorry.
No worries.
So if other people tell us that we're okay, we tend to feel okay. If other people tell us that we're not intelligent, we tend to feel not intelligent. Teachers will tell us you can't sing, you shouldn't be singing, or you shouldn't be dancing, you shouldn't be doing maths, you're not good at maths. Who are they to tell you what you can and can't do, what you should or shouldn't be doing? But we are riddled with it from the moment we are born to the moment we close our eyes. And I want to change that with the Fabulosity message. We are not here to please other people. We are here to have an experience for ourselves and please ourselves. So we can wear what we want, the colors we want. We can wear the shapes of clothing that we like. Doesn't have to make us look thinner or more younger or whatever the case might be. It's about ourselves. And so few people actually have that outlook on life. And the fabulous message actually scares some people because we are never taught to confront ourselves in this way, to actually say, what do we want? It's scary. But I encourage women to do that, particularly when you get to a certain age. When you step through your midlife portal, it's even worse because there are a lot more messages saying you're too old, you're past it, you're not attractive anymore, you've lost it, your best years are behind you, you're irrelevant, you're small, whatever those messages are. We need to fight against that and understand that that is not the truth. When you step through your midlife portal, that's a time of absolute expansion. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be next? You don't have to listen to anybody. You can do whatever you want, as long as it fills you up.
Absolutely. I'm with you 100%. But I also, felt as I went through midlife, that tug of war, even in clothing, like, oh, is this my age appropriate clothing? But, it's a very interesting time in your life. But I do feel like you have nothing to lose. You only have so much to gain, and you can use all your life experiences of okay, I've learned from some other people what they like, and maybe I'll take that. And I'm not going to take those other things that people are telling me I need to have or do. And you really have a choice and be the driver of your life. And that's the message I'm hearing from you, that you have a choice and you can do it any way that you want. And as a life coach and myself for many, many years, I do believe that when people step into their true, authentic essence of who they are and how that looks and that beingness, that really being it, stepping into it, it not only helps you, but it helps every single person who encounters you.
That is so true. And I think a lot of women get stuck, because I went through this as well myself a few years ago before I found the Fabulosity life philosophy. And that was, who am I? Who actually am I? What do I want? And that's actually quite a tricky question. That authenticity, be authentic to yourself. Great. But if you don't know who you are, that's quite tricky. So I always say, if you find that you're struggling with that, the way to find yourself is to try and be someone else. So I like to say, who do you want to be next? Because if you can answer that question, that's probably a part of you already that you never explored before, or that you never knew actually existed. So I tried this for myself when I wrote my book. I'd never written a book before. I'm definitely not articulate. I love big words and things like that, but I fall over my words. I don't count myself as an orator or an author at all. But I thought, I want to write a book. So who do I want to be next? I want to be an author. And so I stepped into that personage, what's the word? The persona.
Yes,
I stepped into the persona of the author. And I had no idea that I could write a book before that. But until I did that, then the book appeared, and now I'm an author. And that's now very authentic to me, because I believe it was hiding somewhere in myself. If I could dream it, that means it's a part of who I actually am already. I just haven't explored it. So I think for anyone who thinks, I want to be authentic, but who am I actually? What does that mean? Try that. It might be helpful.
It's a great tool. I love that so much, because if you're actually thinking about it in some manner, but then you have all these things that are telling you, beliefs that are telling you, no, but I can't do that. Then it's somewhere inside of you. And you don't know what you're capable of achieving unless you try it and you go past that comfort zone into the unknown. And that is really where the magic starts to happen. So what do you have to lose to just try it, right? So you might surprise yourself, like being an author, and I'm in the same boat as you. I never thought that was not something that I would have told anybody that I could do in my life. But like you said, take the first step, the next step, and all of a sudden it does become a part of you. So tell me, what else has changed in your life since you have taken on this philosophy of fabulosity and really went for it in your own life?
Everything. Honestly, everything. I call it a life philosophy. And it's, how can fabulosity or fabulous, the word fabulous, have, be so profound? But it honestly is, because it is so expansive. And I mean, a small example of that is, if I say to you, Terry, you look fabulous today, or I say to you, Terry, you've done a fabulous thing today, you cannot help but smile and feel expanded, can you? I mean, it is such an expansive word. The energy of it is just so all-encompassing. It just takes you to places that you never thought were possible. And so that's how it happened for me. My love for the word fabulous, I always loved the energy of it. And then when it sort of, a long story later, it became a life philosophy. And since then, everything is fabulous, because it's a life philosophy. I think that whatever happens to me is fabulous. There's no good, there's no bad, there's no success, and there's no failure. Everything is just fabulous. And what that's allowed me to do is actually live my life as an experiment. And it's helped me to step into places and versions of me that I never thought were possible, because I have less fear. And fear is what holds us back. And another thing that, a lot of women suffer from, and I suffered from it as well before Fabulous, was I was waiting to be confident. I was waiting to feel confident. And I tell you, if I had waited for confidence, I would never have achieved a damn thing, because confidence doesn't just come. What you need instead of confidence is courage, because courage is where the magic happens. So I had to have courage to become an author. I had to have courage to become a podcaster. But it's got me a lot further than saying, oh, am I confident to be an author? No, I didn't have any confidence in being an author. I had no confidence in being a podcaster. I had no idea where to start. But the courage got me going from one step to the next step to the next step. And the idea of, oh my God, this is fabulous. What am I learning today? Oh, it's fabulous. Oh, well, I have no idea what to do next. Isn't that fabulous? I mean, it changes everything. Just to understand that everything you do, good or bad, your past is fabulous. The future is fabulous. All the bad aspects of yourself, bad, fabulous. All the good aspects, fabulous. Everything is fabulous. And then it changes everything.
Yeah, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it's a mindset when you say that to everything. And what I'm hearing from you is everything that comes in, it doesn't matter if it's a challenge or in a day, or there's been something that happens, a problem, you're still looking at it, this is fabulous. And the word fabulous does seem limitless to me. When you say that, I feel like fabulous goes out into the ethers of possibilities. So, okay, you're faced with a problem or you have a rough day. Still look at it as fabulous. What can you learn from it?
Yes. How lucky am I? How lucky am I to have been in this situation? How lucky am I to be faced with this problem? I'm in the game. And the game is where it is. That's where all the action is. That's where the fun is. And, a very good friend of mine, a very, very wise man, he said, he's very controversial, but he said, thank goodness that Eve ate the apple in the Garden of Eden. Because who wants to live in paradise? How boring. Can you imagine living day in and day out in paradise? Thank heaven she ate that apple. Otherwise, we would be in hell, the heaven of hell, or the hell of heaven.
Exactly. I mean, it's if the problems or the challenges that we have in life really give us an opportunity to make life interesting, and we can learn and grow. How else are we going to learn and grow? And I love your concept of the self-esteem. It's almost like the cart before the horse, saying that you think that you have to have all these things in order to get self-confidence. But what if you start just being that courageous person, and then it creates self-esteem, self-reliance, strength, and belief in yourself. But a lot of people think you have to have these things first in order for that to happen. And what you're doing is you're saying, I have an intention every single moment, every day, that things are fabulous. And that creates this energy that, to me, it creates fabulosity. And
absolutely. And it is that self-identity. That's who am I? Who do I want to be next? So my journey into fabulosity started with me saying, I want to be the queen of fabulosity. I took on that persona. I am the queen of fabulosity. What the hell does that mean? Oh my word. You know, how does the
Right. Then
queen
you're
of
scared, like,
fabulosity,
yes.
yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Like, what does the queen of fabulosity wear? What does she say? How does she respond to people? How does she
Mhm.
respond to problems in her life? What
Yes.
does she eat?
Yes.
What exercise does she do? Does she drink water? Yes or no? Of course she does. The Queen of Fabulosity works on her health and her well-being and her fabulosity. And she loves people and she cares for people. She cares for herself. And it just became this like ripple effect of fabulousness that I couldn't believe was actually happening to me. But it started with taking on the self-identity of
Mm.
the queen, even just the queen itself. Like, wow,
Yes.
what? I'll get to wear an invisible crown. How
Yes.
differently do you walk when you say, I'm the queen?
You're
Is it
tall.
true? Is it
Yeah.
true? I don't know. I'm not a queen, but I decide I am. I'm not waiting for anyone else to tell me I'm the queen of fabulosity. I decide that I am. And from there, I can shine. And from there, I can actually help the world. You know,
Yeah.
it's a form of selfishness that is really good for the planet. And we all need to have a little bit more of that. You know, as caring people, we need to first care for ourselves. And that means being able to understand our value, our worth, and deciding for ourselves what we want and who we are in the world.
What a beautiful message that you were shining on a light on for all of us. And we really need to know that almost anything is possible, truly. But it's up to us to believe it and be it. I had a philosophy, my last book that I wrote was 100 Hearts. It was about be, do, and have. And you really have to step into the beingness of whatever it is that you want or be or create in your life. I wanted to be a speaker. And I remember, and it was a daunting, just like being an author, same thing. I remember kind of making a play, like a game of it, playing. And I'd say, I'd like an actor. And I said, okay, today I'm going to pretend like I'm a keynote speaker, and speaking in front of thousands of people. Everyone knows me. And I'm going to visualize people seeing me with my standing like a speaker, my voice is like a speaker, all these things. And I want people kind of looking over and go, I think she's a speaker. And all of a sudden it did start to feel, I started to feel like that was really happening. And I could start to believe it. I had like this little inkling of belief. And that's all it takes, that when you step into it, you start to actually believe it for the very first time. And then you start to really actually be it like I mean, that's the thing. So tell people, and it was a little like you felt like you're playing like it's a pretend thing,
Yes.
but it's worth it, because it does work. So what was the first step that you would tell people to do that are listening today?
Well, I think the first step is to decide. And there's maybe a few decisions that you need to make. The first thing is to decide, who do you want to be next? Do you want to be fabulous? You've got to decide what it is you actually want. That's the first step, because if you don't know what you want or who you want to be, you can't really go anywhere. So decide, who do you want to be next? That's the first starting point.
Yes.
And then from there, you just start to feel and act and look like that is. So I want to be an author, a podcaster, an artist, a hairdresser, a politician, a mother. Don't know what it is. Whatever you want to be, start behaving like you would that person. Start to dress like that person. Start to use the words that that person would use. And it's amazing how that actually just escalates and it becomes possible. But that's the starting point.
So exciting, isn't it? So
It is
exciting.
so exciting. Yeah,
Exciting.
absolutely.
Yes. And so there's also a lot of tools that you have in your book. And please tell everyone, we'll make sure we'll have this listed for everyone to download. You have it on audio, and also where else can they find your book?
If they go to my website, they can find it there, or just on Amazon if they look for my name.
Okay.
I've got the book in, yeah, as you say, audiobook, paperback, hardback, all the different versions.
Perfect. I'll make sure everyone has that with our interview today. And also, do you do coaching? Do you help people one-on-one to start this fabulous life or whatever life they want to live?
I do. And the first, I do. So I love working one-on-one with women. But,
Good.
you know, in my book, my book is titled Look, Feel and Age Fabulous for Intrepid Women. And it's very important that
So good.
intrepid women, because the fabulous message is quite scary for a lot of people. And so you need to be in a place in your life where you actually want the expansion and you feel that I'm ready for the next step. So you have to be a little bit intrepid. And I always ask women, are you fabulous? And if you're not able to say, I am fabulous, then you're not ready for the fabulous message. So if you are ready for fabulous and you are intrepid, then I'd love to work with you one-on-one. Otherwise, I also do a lot of free content on my social media. You can read my book and you can enter Fabulosity that way. But
And I love it. And you're on all the social media platforms. And also you have your podcast, and the name of your podcast is the same.
It's Come Be Fabulous. Oh, no, that's not, no, the podcast is Fabulous to Meet You.
Fabulous to meet you.
Fabulous to
I might
meet you.
even
And
go
I
out there
interview
and say that
fabulous women.
today.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, say it again, Yolanda.
The podcast is called Fabulous to Meet You.
Wonderful. Well, Yolanda, it's not by accident that we met, and it has been fabulous to meet you. And you have brought more fabulous thinking and energy into my own life. Even after I met you, I realized that I was emailing people with the word fabulous. I would describe it as fabulous in my life. So thank you for entering my life through another person and reminding us, all of us, that we have the capability of being much more than we ever thought we could be in our lives. So the only limits that we're putting on ourselves are from ourselves. And so if you feel intrepid and you want this, know that you have support. We need each other. We are all in this together. We're here to help each other shine our light and be the best version of whoever we want to be. And then in turn, we're going to help change each other in the world. That's how big this really is. So you have the ability to fulfill yourself and be whoever you want. And Yolanda is shining the light and showing you the way. So read her book and reach out to her, follow her. And thank you so much for sharing with us who you are, because it excites us for the new year to kind of step into the unknown and create who we really want to be. So thank you for everything.
And thank you, Terry. It's like you just said, it's been so fabulous meeting you. We are the same person, like I said earlier, in different countries. And we definitely share that same sort of life philosophy. And it's been wonderful talking to you. And I love meeting women who are on the same level like you and I are. There are so many of us out there. All it takes is a decision to say, I am fabulous. Once you've made that decision for yourself, you don't have to wait for anyone else to tell you you're fabulous. You decide. And from there, everything just unfolds and just, yeah, it's just wonderful. So thank you so much for the work that you do as well. Very, very important work. And I look forward to collaborating more often.
Yes. Well, we're hopefully we're shining the light for a lot of people out there that it is possible, and we're living our best life. And, you know, we are in a different chapter of our lives, and I know that both of us are living our best life, and we're still changing lives. So can you, whoever's listening, go out there and just take a leap of faith even and be fabulous. All right. Thank you so much. I look forward to continuing our conversation.